Hello everybody, and welcome to Gaming with Mr. Poopy. Today we are looking at Rainbow Six Extraction. We are going to be doing this test on a new monitor I just got. I'm going to be doing a few tests with a bunch of games in my library here with this new monitor. It is a HyperX Armada 25 with a 240Hz refresh rate. It is only 1080p. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, this 3080 Ti is overkill for 1080p. Believe you me, it is not. Especially depending on the game. But we'll see how things go with this. It's a higher refresh rate monitor, so it's 240 Hz. And trust me, there's plenty of games that are not going to hit this 240 Hz refresh rate. So we're going to be taking a look at Rainbow Six Extraction today. So we got it set to 1080p. We got the 3080 Ti. We need to get our... There we go. Get that puppy up there. And we got the 12700K processor. It's in i7. Let's scroll down here. So we're starting off with ultra settings. Everything is maxed out, fixed resolution. The tropics are on 16. Reflex is on ultra. We've got TAA anti-aliasing to start off with. But we will crank it up a little bit and we'll see what happens. We got sharpness set to 25. That doesn't really affect frame rate. It's just more of a filter. Everything else is set to ultra, bloom lens flare, blah, blah, blah. All right, benchmark. Let's take a little gander here and see how this puppy runs at that 1080p resolution. I know a lot of people say, 1080p isn't so sharp. I went from a 1440p monitor. It was an LG 1440p monitor with 165 Hz refresh rate, and I switched to this HyperX with the 240 Hz at 1080p, and I have to say I love this monitor. It is nice. So looking at these frame rates, we're hitting our 240s, not consistently, although, well, now we're inside. Okay, we're hitting 260s, 70s. So we're doing good. We're actually getting the full benefits of the monitor. Picture looks stupendous. Everything's maxed out. And we are getting some fantastic frame rates here. I can see a little aliasing on the walls over there on the left, where those blinds are, or whatever they are. But nothing too distracting. It looks beautiful. Now we're hitting 300s. We're doing good. This game isn't super intensive to run, so I shouldn't be too surprised. But it looks great. And the difference between 1440p and 1080p, maybe it's not quite as sharp, but to me, I always notice frame rates more than I do resolution. That's just me. Everyone's different. Some people prefer nice sharp picture. Some people prefer higher frame rates. Some people want both. Some people don't care. It's a matter of preference. I'm a stickler for frame rates, so that's why I got this. And knowing that I have 1080p resolution, it's not going to be as intensive on the GPU, although we are still at 98% here usage, so we're still getting the full shebang out of the graphics card. Things are running nice. This is a very good benchmark here. That's how things are going. It looks good. It looks beautiful. Other than the Statue of Liberty is a little destroyed there, but it's good. Alright, so there's our test. Bingo bongo. So we had an average of 263, well above our 240 Hz refresh rate. So we could cap it or V-Sync it, whatever. I've got G-Sync on here if we really wanted to, but no, it looks good. That was a good benchmark there. And there's our stats here. Alright, so we took care of that. Now, let's just... jumped out of here. Let's go back to the options. Video. Alright, so we're going to leave everything maxed out. Let's pop on 2x AA, which is going to definitely increase the... no, I don't think that requires a restart for that. Alright, so let's scroll down. Benchmark. Changing the anti-aliasing does not require a restart, and you can see it is lower already. Now we're in the low 200s. The picture does look a bit sharper. Ooh, now we're down in the 170s, 160, 150. don't know. It still looks a little jagged on those straight lines there on the wall. Those metal bars, whatever you want to call them. I wouldn't say 2x AA's made that much of a difference in the visual quality. Definitely noticeable on the frame rate front of things, because now we're almost consistently under 200. Yeah, I don't think I would use this setting, but we're doing the benchmark, so we're going to see how it runs. But as you can see, a 3080 Ti is not overkill for 1080p. Because as you can see, with a 240 hertz refresh rate, I mean, if we've got that 2x, you know, with this 2x aliasing option on, we're not hitting that 240 hertz refresh rate. We're under. So we're not even eschewing the full use of the monitor's refresh rate. Yeah. So, you know, there's arguments on both sides. Just depends on what you're looking for with your gaming experience. We're in the 190s, 160s, and we're getting some drops there with some of the explosions. Yeah. All the particles flipping around, flying in the smoke. Ooh, we dropped down to 105. 105! Oh, yeah, definitely lower. So once we go to 4x, I'm sure things are going to take an even bigger hit. Alright. Here we go. That's the end of that benchmark. Alright, so yeah, 184. That's definitely a drop there. Whereas before we were at what were we at before? We were at 250, I think? Or something? I don't know. Can we go straight to... Okay, no. Out. Alright, back to options. Alright, let's take a little peeky doodle here. Shall we do 4x? This is essentially running things at like, I don't know. This is like 4K or above 4K anti-aliasing. I don't know. But whatever. Anyway. Okay. So we got that on. Benchmark it. Let's see how this goes. Now we're in the 130s. We're even lower than before. I have a feeling we're going to be dropping under 100 frames. Yep. Saw it coming. The aliasing on those bars is a little better. Not quite as bad. I still see some of that stair-stepping. But it's improved. Still, again, I wouldn't game like this. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, got the 240 hertz refresh rate monitor, hertz, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I want to get the full use out of it, so this would be silly. And the visual difference is not really that impressive between that. Not at all. Creepy little creatures. If you've not played Rainbow Six Extraction, I do recommend it. It's a fun game. It recently released on Steam, so it is available. Got it on sale, I think, for like $10 or something. That was cheap. It's a good game. The one thing that it can get a little repetitive, but I do enjoy it. I think it's fun. It's fun sneaking around, trying to accomplish all the little missions that you get, and seeing if you can make it to the third sector and extract out of there. It's fun, especially if you got some friends to play with. Yeah, we keep dropping. Ooh, God, we hit 50 there. That was a bit much. Would definitely not play the game at this setting. Absolutely not. Alright, 130, 120. Alright. So, could you run it at this? Yes, you could play it at that. I mean, we averaged 108. I mean, I'm not saying it's horrible. I mean, if you had a 1080p monitor with a lower refresh rate, yeah, you could, by all means, but there you go. So as you can see, even with a 3080 Ti, it is not overkill. So let's see here. Let's put this back to my setting. This is how I play. Let's see here, just for giggles. Let's put this to ultra low. We don't want that. Let's see here. No, we don't want dynamic resolution. Fixed. There we go. All right. 100%. But we do want ultra low. Point. There we go. I don't know what that means, but whatever. I'm gonna put it on the lowest. And yeah, everything's at the lowest. All right. So just for fun, let's see here. Apply change. Benchmark it. Some of these maybe do require. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Whatever. Let's see what happens. Oh, we're getting 1600. Oh, there we go. Oh, those are some frame rates there. 434. My goodness. So there are some monitors out there, in case you're not aware, with a 360 hertz refresh rate. I believe Alienware has one, a new monitor. It's a 360 hertz refresh rate. So if you got one of those puppies, you could run it at 360 hertz with a 3080 Ti. Again, not overkill, depending on the situation. 450. Oh my goodness. And you know, I have to say, even on this very low setting, the game still doesn't look horrible. I mean, obviously there's a lot of things lacking. I can see some of the textures and stuff getting drawn in as the camera moves, and there's some missing shadows and such. But it's not horrible looking. It still looks decent. 510. Wow. I will say, the difference of gameplay when you move up to higher refresh rate. Okay, that definitely looks blurry, but anyway. When you go into the higher refresh rates, at least for me, it's noticeable. Like I said, I went from a 165 hertz to a 240 with this Armada HyperX monitor. And it was noticeable. I noticed it. Was it as huge of a jump from going from like 60 hertz, you know, up to 165? Not as big, but I still notice it, and I like it, especially for first-person shooters. It's good. So again, it comes back to that point. You know, what do you notice the most? You know, visuals, resolution, frame rate. You know, some people want it all, and then you really got to get into some high-end gaming. You know, you want a 4090 or something. But so there we go. 438. That's impressive. That is impressive. Now we're getting 1700. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. So the 3080 Ti at 1080p is on a high refresh rate monitor. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to be testing out some other games. Put this back to Ultra. This way, there we go. Apply. Yeah, we know. Apply. There we go. So yeah, there you go. That's Rainbow Six Extraction, some benchmarks for you. I just put everything on Ultra with just regular TAA. That's all you need. That's good enough. So, hope you liked the video. If so, give it a like. And if you're enjoying my content, please subscribe and have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye.